Every time I see more of China, I just want to visit all. Like, that looks like the buildings are like video screen. I think it is. Oh my god. They're actually in sync. That's insane.
I don't know. As a person that's been here for 2 years, it's like, yeah.
That is not a thing where I'm from, okay? That's not a thing. Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump straight into Game 2 of LGD versus JDG. We are going to see the picks and bans, and one thing that I see immediately on the side of LGD.
No, it's going to be the Volibear. Volibear so far has only won 1 game. I'm just like, I'm
Played
not,
6 times?
Oh, I believe so. It just hasn't been having the greatest of time. Everyone reads a level 2 cheese, but there's also another thing that I want to point out, which I'm super hyped for. It's going to be Garvey Aurelia versus Zoom Aatrox in the top lane, and you better be hyped for that one. That's a skill matchup through and through. It's going to be insanely fun.
No, it is not. Garvey took the Corki into the Aatrox. I like this because the Tristana was going to be a swap around, and I imagine they're just going to keep following each other.
Yes.
Yagao is going to find Garvey, and Garvey's going to try and get away.
Not exactly the best of matchups if he's taking on the Aurelia, so I do expect a lot of sneakiness to be coming through.
We're on the rift, ladies and gentlemen, as quick as you can. For Game 2 of this best of 3, LGD did take the first game. Can they seal it off, or will JDG bite back? Is that DMO?
There's all sorts of teams. I'm pretty sure some of them aren't even LPL teams.
Yeah, gotta get rep in, man. Gotta get your rep in. But see now where these sides want to go. Looks like it is going to be Yagao into the mid lane into Yuuki. Yuuki actually had a pretty decent game. Yet last one out.
Aurelia is one of his favorite champions.
I was going to say.
Yeah, he's played a lot of it since the Aurelia rework came through. And I want to see how he can do against the Tristana matchup. If you find the stun, Tristana doesn't exactly start with a lot of HP, so it could be very volatile in that one. And on the other hand, I'm pretty sure LvMao is not going to die to this. LvMao was actually the first one to bring out the Volibear in the LPL. And he is very well aware of the bear necessities. That's level 2 all-in gank. I would be so disappointed if he falls to it.
I was going to say, is he going to be aware of badeMan as he comes down and finds himself into this bush?
I trusted you. I trusted you. Please no.
I think he should be fine.
Okay,
Looks like
okay, he's
badeMan
good.
knows.
He's good.
Yeah, badeMan going to be spotted now on this ward going into the top side jungle. So we're going to see some vertical jungling happen between both junglers, and badeMan not going to find any wards there, but Yuuki finally on a winning lane for the first time in a very long time. Like you said, one of his favorite champions is this Aurelia. Has got the press the attack, so able to put down a lot of burst level 1, but so can Yagao, and Yagao's got that ignite.
Press the attack is always a favorite when you're going up against ranged champions that typically have less HP. You just want to kill them as soon as possible. You know, Conqueror still takes a couple auto attacks to proc. It is a damage percentage, while Kanavi being swapped up into the jungler position is not going to find badeMan just there.
Now what do the side of LGD want to do? They're going to be coming off a high. They pretty much out-team fought the side of JDG.
And the fans loved it. I've never heard LGD's arena be that electrified.
Not this season, anyway.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time since they've had something to actually be excited about.
LGD, the last time they made playoffs was when Marin was still on the team. So it's been 3 years and counting.
No. Actually, we didn't mention, it is going to be the flawless jungle taken out. Kramer put it in, but it was actually kind of a fight on 2 fronts. We see Kramer pop down with the ignite, but actually it's going to be a trade of junglers in the top side. Yagao now being turned on here. No ignite used there by Yagao, but they still have Yuuki available to come in. Flash knock up with the triumphant roar, and Yuuki picks up Yagao. Nicely done by LGD.
Good win with the priority on LGD. They get an extra assist on the first blood, and then another exit kill. Very scattered for JD Gaming, and I just don't think that Yuumi is such a strong champion when contesting Scuttle, so I'm a bit surprised that they did all in onto this. much more likely situation was just to ask Kanavi to kind of take one for the team, or at least flash. Oh, actually, he was winning the matchup quite hard.
He was, yeah. Unfortunately for him, now he's gifting over double buffs to the Aurelia, and that means Yagao is in a pretty big predicament, and that was a great flash.
And this is one of the weaknesses of Yuumi, is that she's not a great champion trying to contest in the river itself. Okay, that was a bit easy to find.
Yeah, Ignite is still available for Yagao. He wants to jump in, but he's actually going to jump straight back out. The TP going to come in now as well on top of this Silas, and it's going to be Garvey who steals that one, says, hey, I come into my TP, I'm caking gold. Yeah,
perfect teleport in from him. He does get back to lane as well with it. So very unfortunate start for LGD. And
for JDG.
For JDG.
I was going to say, it's a great start for LGD.
I was actually looking at some of the stats of LGD. You know what their win percentage is when they're behind at 15 minutes?
I'm going to say 0.
It's 5.6%. It's the lowest in the LPL, so...
It's a very low win percentage.
and that's why I was so surprised for the past few weeks. They've been going for a lot of Azir Ezreal compositions, and I was just like, dude, this doesn't work for you guys.
It's not your thing, guys. That's
really
not your
isn't.
thing.
LGD is much more of an early skirmish team, and I think that they're on the correct path this time around. I'm much more happier to see them on these champions, and they might find another kill, but PYL is low.
Has got the passive ready for him, but actually, badeMan has found himself behind
this is a gank within a gank.
This is a gank within a gank. We're playing some Inception here, as we're going to jump in straight away. They've got the ultimate not needed. I was going to say ultimate. They've got the flag and drag available. They're going to flash in now, and
goodbye.
Oh, dear. That's just sad times for JDG, but LGD, they want to hold up to their home crowd, saying it doesn't matter that we're not in playoffs. We're still going to give you something to cheer about.
Yeah, we're going to give you a good show happening here, and that was very well played by Garvey. He actually dodges out on 2 parts of Zoom's Q there, doesn't get knocked up, and is able to walk away with his life.
This was just unfortunate timing for JDG because they feel like they're in control with the numbers advantage.
Yeah, it does seem like Kanavi was spotted out somehow, or just very unfortunate on the roam. Garvey with the flash out, still has enough HP and the triumph to keep himself alive. Go walk back and just pick that one up.
You got a 3-0-2 Aurelia and a 2-0-1 Corki. So the Triforces are very much well underway.
It's going to be a huge power spike, and LGD should be able to snowball that into the Mountain Drake. Not much that JD Gaming can use to contest at this point. I feel like JD Gaming's team composition overall is quite weak on the bottom side. A lot of range carries, not a lot of front lines.
Well, this is a lot of people showing up to Yuuki as he jumps in, does have the Vanguard's edge to try and slow people down, tries to get a couple of resets, but shut down going over to Yagao. JDG get themselves a little bit of gold back.
Yeah, a little too easy on the side for JD Gaming. It's just Yuuki getting caught being a bit greedy with the minion wave, and that's actually a fairly sizable bounty going over the other way.
Got to be careful not to get too overzealous, not to make sure, you know, yes, you're ahead, yes, you're Aurelia, but you also have to make sure that you're coming out on top of these trades, as Yagao now finding himself in a position to be able to push back and ward. They can maybe look for something towards this bot side. It's actually badeMan who's going to find him. Use that blast cone to push him back. And overall, now LGD just need to kind of calm down. Blood rush to your head, it's fine. You're playing great against a team that, you know, arguably should be better than you, but just need to bring it back down to earth. Let's clean up this series a little bit, you know, bring it up a little tighter.
Definitely is the case. Now, taking a look at the gold graph, or maybe not, there was 800 gold lead at the very least on Garvey over Zoom. And with an item advantage, especially with the Phage, it's going to be so much easier for the Corki to dodge out of these skill shots from Zoom. Nice try, Bear.
Hey, PYL's a trier, all right? And that's all that matters to him. He doesn't care. He's just forcing them back away from the wave. But badeMan's found himself behind enemy lines. They also have the Aurelia there sitting on a scuttle, but
LGD somehow know about Kanavi for some reason.
They have a sixth sense. Been able to track him, and I think they're just knowing his gank path. So having that scouted out, researched, knowing pretty much where he's going to go on this Silas pick. badeMan sneaks himself into the Dragon Pit before that scuttle can see him, and now they're just going to assume that he is still around the area rather than taking that objective.
Yep. And once this back happens from Kanavi. That will be the Drake unimpeded finish by badeMan. Does look like the case. And interesting roam by Garvey here. No teleport, probably has the big package here. But no team fight happening.
Just being there as insurance, you would imagine, just in case they do have Kanavi look for something, but he is sitting on that bush. No real advantage available to him. But now the flash comes in, final chapter as well. They get the exhaust down, flash answered, but the culling comes in onto Imp. They're trying to just find somebody here. Kanavi backing away, stole the culling, and that's going to be enough. And here comes Yagao. He's the first one to rotate. Good flash from Imp, keeps him alive, and that's going to be the double kill for the Silas. They can keep chasing onto Kramer as LvMao picks up that one. And that is a great, great turnaround for JDG.
Patience is one of the greatest virtues, and Kanavi is rewarded for a complete outplay on the bottom side. Once again, PYL tries to go for initiation. But with most bears, they don't walk that fast. It was completely within consideration from JD Gaming, and the counterplay was so well done. It was really beautiful to watch this one, especially from him, dodging on the Cataclysm and the damage. Look at this. They knew that the bait was in there. PYL just has to back out, and he really does over-chase here. Kanavi holding on to that ultimate for so long and forcing badeMan to use all of his gap closures to come in. Oh, that was just sweet, man. That just reminds you of what Imp is capable of. But at the meantime, LvMao dies again, so something, you lose some, you win some.
Hopefully see a replay of that. I do believe it was a flawless duet into an EQ combo, into a flash bear flip, I guess, from the side of LGD. So they do pick themselves with another advantage in that mid lane, able to gift that one kill straight over to Yuuki, who hasn't picked up any more items in such a long time. You got to feel like he's just probably waiting to get his full Triforce and then go for it. But Rift Herald now going to be the focus for the side of LGD, as they know there is nothing left for them to take on the bot side. They're going to secure that one pretty damn easily. 3 minutes left until the plates are disappearing. badeMan is going to drop it straight away. They want to keep this Yuuki snowballing. They want to keep this guy going as strong as possible. Hexflack's going to come in. Yagao is in a lot of trouble, and he's going to be caught. Oh, that's why you pick Volley Blair.
Oh, great stun sequence coming in as well. And I'm pretty sure they saw a couple of JD Gaming members back off before then. A strong 4v1 play, double scuttle hit, and I think they're going to be able to take this tower. Maybe.
I was going to say, they have got the final chapter, and they have enough damage potentially. badeMan goes golden, does drop down the Cataclysm just to stop the TP there from coming in. Now they can look for the re-engage. Aatrox is still a ways away, and they will get another hit. Not quite able to get it, but all the way to the next, or the inhibitor turret, excuse me. And they're able to pick up a lot of gold. And LGD, they just look faster.
Yeah, they are the master of this chaotic style. Even before JD Gaming found the rise with their dumpling duo brother, LGD has been doing this type of gameplay. And this is huge on the map because it's going to allow Yuuki to start roaming into the side lanes. And look at how devastating that would be, how many items that Aurelia has already acquired.
Doesn't need items, just need the one. A Triforce pre-14 minutes is pretty damn big.
Hey, don't you disrespect my Dorn's plate. They're items. Good, solid
They
items.
are, by definition, items. But so you see Kramer, oh, you have no vision, my friend. You need to be so careful. Has a spidey sense, going to back away. No, he's not. He's feeling greedy. He needs to know. He needs to know that something's going on here. Now he's potentially going to get caught out. Has got the relentless pursuit as he backs himself away. And now Kramer, TP going to come in here as well. So that's going to be coming in from the side of Zoom. But Zoom is in a no man's land, and they're going to be able to flip him back into the team, knock him up, bring him down. And now this team fight is very much in favor of the side of LGD. They are going to try and get the perfect execution off. Not able to get any more kills, though, and it's going to be 3 for the side of JDG. They had more members. Corki up on the top side. Kramer, why are you taking
reset
those? Again, we see Raptors be the reason why they may not be able to get this. Kramer being so damn greedy.
And though it was a questionable teleport to start the fight, JD Gaming had the extra member there. 5v4 on the bottom side. They completely wipe everyone on LGD's side. And you kind of have to feel that sometimes those plays just take their toll on you. If you look into the eyes of chaos for long enough, the chaos will transform you as well. And just to look at the start of it, this one was actually a backup. Like, LGD needed to, okay, maybe pick the first kill, back, get out.
Felt like they had it, but like you said, the exhaust going down to Kramer. Kramer literally not able to do anything into this fight, and knowing that it was a 5v4, yes, you lose the Aatrox being able to push up. And Kramer, this is so unnecessary. Just don't leave the zone auto attack them at all. Like, I don't understand why he's going for that.
Hey, pros are pros because they maximize their efficiency.
Yeah.
And if
he picks up that little raptor, he ends up getting more from that, as we see. Great ward there from the side of LvMao. I keep calling him LvMao, and that's not correct. It's LvMao?
LvMao.
LvMao. See,
Yeah,
it just sounds like LvMao.
You can call him LvMao, like that's what Raz used to do.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Raz is
They're okay with it. JD Gaming are Gucci.
They are Gucci, but a flash
Zoom
in.
again.
They found Zoom, and here comes the package straight across the ramp as well. They're going to have to find another way to engage into this fight. But badeMan jumps straight back in. The Blade Caller, or sorry, excuse me, the Vanguard's Edge going to jump in straight away, and now they're going to look in to try and get Kanavi. They pick him up straight away. He went up a little bit too far on top of this. They do have the final chapter, but LGD come out on top. They get the Dragon, they get the kill, they back away. Yagao was not part of the start of that fight.
Can we call that combo the Zoomy Zoom?
The Zoomies, only when Zoom is playing.
That was a great one. I was surprised he was able to survive for that long, and I wonder if he... I think he should amplify the healing there as well.
Yeah,
He's the one receiving it.
Should be able to do it, but say Vanguard's Edge, not the most ideal one. You can see like package again, just kind of stopped it. He re-engaged more so than anything else. And the side of LGD, they're picking up a small advantages. They got themselves 2 dragons. They got themselves a little bit of a CS lead and a little bit of a tower lead. And you can see he's straight onto this Aatrox. And he's a beefy boy.
I was surprised he was able to get... Oh my god, that Q was massive. A 3-man Q, double zoomies coming in, and he's able to just walk out of there, taking Withering Fire from 4 people. But not so fortunate for Kanavi. That one was a bit of a Uzi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
A little bit of an Uzi.
Oh, please, I'm sorry to all the RNG fans. Please don't find my waypoint and bombard it. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. There, it all comes out here now, doesn't it? I'm going to use that from now on, even though it has no context and doesn't actually mean anything, because Uzi is probably the best at not over-aggressing. He's a bit of a, what I would call a reckless player, you know, someone who's great at positioning.
Yeah, that's such a weird name for a person that plays like that.
What, reckless?
Because he's everything but.
He has his name tattooed on his arm as well, just in case he forgets it.
Oh, boy.
Just in case, you know?
I'd rather him be like a little bit more rectful.
Yeah. Bit mindful.
But I really like the concept from this JD Gaming composition. I feel like they have so many good targets to actually put the Yuumi in. You have Zoomy. Not Zoomy, sorry. They have Zoom.
I was going to say, it's like, are we now calling everyone like E with whatever they have?
Zoom,
like,
and Yagao with the resets is actually a great target as well, because he can bring you directly into the back line to do a full cleanup.
Yep, I completely agree. And it's all about what Yuuki does and how he's able to prioritize his targets. Has got the Sterix gauge now finished up on top of that Triforce. 7-2 and 2, 20 CS up as well. He is a big, big Aurelia. badeMan just kind of walking on top of a ward, which is going to give time for the side of JDG to reposition a couple of key members and maybe move the Tristana back 2 minutes until that Ocean Drake spawns, but that almost certainly means that that bot lane turret is going to fall. 4 turrets to none in favor of LGD as they start to take over this map.
And it really has to be because of these side lanes. They're just doing so much stronger at this point. Mid lane tower is already down. JD Gaming almost need to force like a counter siege type of fight where LGD are grouped up and JD Gaming can all go in and try to wipe. Or else LGD, they have both of the side lane advantages. They can decide the pacing of the game if they want to play slow or if they just want to hard force things if they so choose to.
They're happy enough using Garvey as a split push threat in the top side. They have got TP advantage for the next while, but it should not be an issue for the side of JDG once this dragon spawns. They will have the teleport available to them, and we see Zoom Gonna find himself Garvey, and everyone else as well gonna be able to pick up that scuttle. So JDG knowing where they need to be at the right times. They actually see the Guinzoo's Rage Blade picks up for Imp, so he's at a nice 2-item spike himself just before we see that Essence Reaver picked up for Kramer. So right now, the power spike's definitely feeling in favor of JDG over LGD.
And just looking at the Imp plus LvMao combo here, it's also a great way to start a fight. So well, there's like the perfect sequence of targets for LvMao and his Yuumi to just fly on people. You know, you started with the with Imp Killer Instinct, you find someone, middle of the fight you have Zoom, you just keep his healing up, and to clean up you can then jump on Yagao, give him some more HP and speed as he goes in for those resets. This is a really LvMao centric composition. If I was Yuumi and I was deciding like what comp I want to play with, I would tell my coach to pick this.
However, the early game was what it was, and the kills distribution is what it is. And unfortunately for the side of JDG, a lot of that money went onto this Aurelia. And that means that, yes, the Lucian isn't looking super strong, but that Aurelia could dive onto anybody. So much mobility, so many ways to make a fight happen. As we see Garvey picking up the package, now going to be able to join up to his team as that Ocean Drake has been started.
Do see the pings going down from both sides. This is a great opportunity for LGD to actually force a team wipe here.
Here we go. They're going to look for the dragon. It's going down very, very low. Is stolen by badeMan, and here comes the fight. They do get the Vanguard's edge, pretty much a Venn diagram of it, but Yagao's the one who gets jumped on. He gets knocked back, and it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade at Zoom, and Imp are just tearing through this fight. They're going to try and trade it back. Not able to do so as they are able to get a 3-for-2 trade, and now it's going to be Garvey trying to run away. Imp cleans up that fight. They lose the dragon, they get the gold, and they get the team fight.
And we get to see the Yuumi and Kaisa in action. They're just able to transition so much power with the Yuumi anchor from one side of the battlefield to the other. Once they saw the bottom side in trouble, instantly flies down, picks up the Yuuki as he tries to initiate here. It looked so good for LGD at the start. They did find Yagao relatively early on, but the combined powers of the bot lane were just a little bit too much to deal with. Look at Yagao as he falls down, and then Killer Instinct goes past the entire team. Catechism is still locking people down, and he's able to clean house after this one. Yuumi can then just swap around targets, you know, make people run even faster here. So this is a great skirmish composition.
Unfortunately for the side of JDG, the smite came in just as the dragon reset, so it gained itself about 200 HP instantly, which was just enough for the Jarvan to come in and steal it without any real contest. Very unfortunate, but they will take the gold and back away. They're only 1,000 gold behind. They have got the 2 Ocean Drakes, though, to contend with. So a little bit of poke here and there is not really going to be an issue now for the side of LGD. They can kind of take the odd W here, W there from the JD composition and kind of heal it back up.
Just a little bit of misfortune, as you were mentioning, with the Drake. And it will give LGD a later game win condition by just going to the Elder Dragon, forcing that one down.
Oh, Yuuki.
It's a stun.
Good buffer there, but he's actually going to jump straight in on top of this Tristana, and there's the dunk straight down on top of him. The teleport did come in. Cataclysm was stolen, but they have got Garvey just trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. PYL is here, but it's only really to try and keep everybody away. He's going to try and find a damage, but there's no one there. Kramer just wasn't there in time. Double kill for the Silas, and JDG taking control.
Wow, this is just precision strikes from JD Gaming. So much concentrated power coming in with those teleports. Once you can throw the Yuumi in, coming in with the Killer Instinct as well. I really love this composition from Coach Home. It's just exactly what JD Gaming wants. They want to start these skirmishes. They want to be the ones that are doing the crazy initiations. And despite what looked like a good early start from LGD in that fight where they got the first pick, they couldn't have the rest of the map rotate faster than JD.
That was just the power of having teleport on your AD carry versus Kramer, who has gone with the heal. And it just feels like Kramer just hasn't been anywhere this entire game. He just really hasn't been having any impact whatsoever. And hopefully we get to see how that fight starts, because Yuuki thinks he gets the blade, you know, the flawless duet off, but Yagao perfectly buffers it.
Let's just watch as the entire map rotates towards that position. Kaisa actually walks the other way when this fight starts, but she's still able to get there with the team fight. Yuumi came in with the Kanavi, and even though the first hill does go over to LGD, they just rotate so much damn faster on this one, and the ability to reposition within team fights is also very difficult for LGD to deal with. LGD pretty much need to stay grouped and beat off JD Gaming one side at a time.
And they know right now, JD Gaming, they are so much stronger in a 5v5. They've proven it time and time again, as we see. They're just pushing down, pressuring down these turrets in mid lane. They equal up the turrets for the first time in the game, finally getting some universal gold into their pockets. Still have 2 minutes left. Two-man's flawless duet. Jump in, not going to catch anyone, but so does the Vanguard's edge that was stolen. Cataclysm comes down, but badeMan is instantly taken down as well as Garvey, as they just looking for more and more. They may be able to take out Imp. Imp is down, and they finally get the triumph as well. Now that's all down to the side of LGD to try and force this one back, but they haven't got it. It's a clean ace, and that could be the game.
It definitely should be. 4 down, the entire team down for LGD, and still 4-man for JD Gaming. That was a great final chapter, caught out so many people, and it was just in a blink of an eye when LGD did not follow up with the initiation, or I should say JD Gaming was able to dodge out of the initiation from LGD, and the counter-strike was just too difficult to deal with. Congratulations for JD Gaming taking it to a Game 3.
Another Game 3 today. What is with us in 3-game series? We had the same thing on Monday.
The LPL just loves you and me and our working days.
Yeah. Said with it's like someone who actually enjoys this. But JDG, clean, concise, looked pretty damn good. As soon as they got the ball rolling, were able to keep the snowball pushing. Overall, going to be pretty happy with that win.
Yeah, and this is a composition that you're going to have to pay a lot more attention to. JD Gaming was not one of those big Yuumi teams, but after seeing this comp, I'm a believer in LvMao and his Yuumi. I think against this teamfight composition, you can never split up. If you split up, JD Gaming just transition all their power to the other side. They have so many mobility tools there where they can just say, you know what, we're going to forfeit the left side of the battle. We're all going to focus on the right side, and they can reposition extremely fast. So the way you have to play these team fights has to be in like a concentrated group. You have to just go in on the one side and just obliterate their members from the early start of it. And I feel like, you know, LGD, even though they had a great early game, they couldn't maintain the pace with JD Gaming's composition. Yeah,
and I think as well, like, the Yuumi was just such a key pick. You talked about it during the game as well. Like, the fact that this entire composition was set around Yuumi just being able to go from this position to that position to ending in this position every single fight, and it worked out perfectly well.
So fun to watch that one, and I feel like this game, where even though you saw a couple of mistakes from Kanavi early on, which kind of like the team fights were a bit questionable.
A bit shaky.
A bit shaky.
Aurelia got very big.
Yes. At least we did see what a big part of why JD Gaming was able to make the miracle run in spring, and that's because all of a sudden they came out with these very well prepared compositions, very well thought out drafts, and they just, I frankly think they outdrafted all the way until the FPX series. The FPX series, FX should have won. But before that, it was going complete outdrafting, and we're finally seeing Home go into that phase. He's going to, okay, boys, you know what? We really can't hide onto our secret recipes. We have to use them now. Let's go.
I think as well, they were probably helped with the Volibear pick. There's just something about this pick that teams seem to really like that just doesn't work. And I don't know why they keep picking it.
I wish I knew the answer as well.
Yeah, wish you had the answer, but what I do have an answer for is who was our MVP in that last game. It was Kanavi who had picked that one up and definitely had himself a pretty decent match outside of the first 15 minutes.
31 kills, 31% of the damage. I didn't expect that amount coming from Kanavi, actually. Most of the times we did see the Cataclysm being stole, bit of AP ratios there, and he was able to utilize it by just sectioning off the team fights and allowing the team fight composition to work.
Overall, JD Gaming, this is kind of like a good turning point for their season. You know, these are the games they need to start picking up, because overall, they're still in a fight for playoffs. They're out of playoffs right now, and they want to be able to try and pick up some more to maybe even sneak into playoffs, or maybe even look for towards bigger championship points so they don't get knocked out.
Yeah, only 8 teams out of the 16 can make it, and currently JD Gaming are sitting at 10th place, so not a great position for you to be. They have a chance to make regional qualifiers regardless of playoffs, but Oh boy, I do not want to deal with the reaction from the rest of the teams when that happens. So we're gonna actually catch up to live right now as they jump into the ban pick. It's always refreshing to see, I want to say refreshing to see live reactions, but